again, I had to stop. I just had to say to myself, look, if you don't come off this game, you're going to be missing out on other games, and this is the problem I have. And partly why I stopped playing MMOs was I just felt I was missing out on so many other amazing games. Because once I'm playing an MMO, that's it. That's all I play.
Well, yeah, 'cause you kind of have to get top levels so you can see what the end game's like.
You've got to be the best.
You've got to get there, and you've got to have the good stuff before everyone else has it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I did. I went back to WoW for 10 days.
I'm going to get into that, but
what's that?
I said the first time, like when you join an MMO, like you go, yeah, I'm gonna buy this MMO, you know, I'm gonna play it a little bit, I'm not gonna go too crazy, and I'm definitely not gonna be very competitive in it. I just want to play it, just but fill some time. Day 2, you're like, right, I want level 70, and I want the best PvP gear there is now.
Yeah, Ben and we picked up the 10-day trial of World of Warcraft, which I used to play like religiously many years ago. I played up into Burning Crusade. So for me, it was like a real exciting time going back to that. I said exactly the same thing, Johnny. I said, you know, look, when I go back to this game, I'm not going to be playing it for hours on end. You know, I'm just going to enjoy it, take my time. Within about 4 hours, we were talking about getting to level 60 and getting flying mounts, and I was hooked just instantly. Absolutely hooked.
40 after just a couple of days or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I love them. I do really enjoy MMOs. There's something, I don't know. I used to play Ultima Online back in the day. Really enjoyed that game. Never quite been able to capture the magic of that though.
I didn't like WoW at all, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I played it for about a month. I didn't like it. I never went back since. I said I'd never go back because I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. Like when I started, I was like, oh, the quests are kind of cool, and then I went round and it was just kind of like felt like I was just bouncing from area to area, not really actually truly having like understanding the story or the lore or anything, because I was just killing like 6 of these and then 12 of these, and I was
collect
like,
10 of that. Yeah, you got it.
And I weren't really having that much fun, especially when you like make some friends on there, and then you find out that actually your friends are holding your back because some of the quests don't really work very well as two
or they can't play as much as you're playing, or vice versa. That's always the biggest problem.
Exactly. So it's kind of I never went back. I quit. I didn't renew. Like I paid for the month, you see.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that to myself, because I'll just spend another month playing a game I don't really want to really actually enjoy.
Yeah. Are you in the Elder Scrolls Online beta this weekend?
No, I applied for it, so I might have an email for it somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, check it. I've been sending them out for the last 48 hours.
From what I hear, though, it's probably not a good idea. It might ruin it for me.
Have you heard anything about it? Have you actually played any of the beta weekends?
I haven't, no, but a friend of mine has. He's religiously like Skyrim and everything, and he told me it's bad.
It's really bad, Johnny. it's really bad.
I never played Skyrim, so it probably would never ruin it for me.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, don't even begin to compare Elder Scrolls Online with Skyrim, mate. They're not, leagues apart. They might as well be completely different games, different genres. Take the most utterly generic elements of an MMO, try and retexture it into a really half-assed attempt with multiple breaks in the lore, and you've got Elder Scrolls Online. Combat's janky as oh god, the list is endless, mate. You'll find out when you play it. I was saying to Ben earlier, hopefully, if and when I get into it, because unfortunately you can't play it until 11 o'clock tomorrow in the UK, because it's 6 PM EST. So I will jump on. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, that is. I mean, I really want the game to succeed. I would love to play, you know, an Elder Scrolls MMO. It sounds like a dream come true. You know, I'm a big fan of the series, always have been. But I think unless something has dramatically changed, then they are setting themselves up for, I think I said earlier, the biggest failure in an MMO game with that kind of budget, $200 million plus. It's just insane how they can have gone so wrong. Like, they've not taken a single risk, not taken a single chance on anything.
Do you ever go for Final Fantasy 14?
The only reason I was considering it was because, again, I mentioned it earlier, a lot of my family have never played an MMO because they haven't got a PC. So, for example, my nephew, I would love to play an MMO with him. The problem is, there's never been a console MMO, and I don't really count DC Universe, whatever it is. It's unplayable for me on the PS3. That was just never going anywhere.
I played it on PC, but
it's not bad on PC.
It was a good game. Like, I enjoyed playing it, but it was kind of like the same old. It was mission board done.
To be honest, it's more of a. It's not an MMO in the sense of it's got any sustainable life. You play it maybe for a couple of weeks, like you would a normal game, and that's it. You've seen it all.
Yeah, I actually ended up just turned the game off and turned my console on and played a bit Gran Turismo, mate. It was just like
No, I can well imagine that.
A game that you could stick with, but
No, I think MMOs. Oh yeah, so going back to that, Oh god, I just nearly broke a chest.
Did you ever
that would
play
have been
it?
a disaster. No, but I have really considered it because if I'm right, maybe you can tell me. If I was to set up, if I was to play it now on PC, I could transfer that account and use it on the PS4 as well when it comes out.
I don't know what the rules are of the PS4. Right now, I can't figure out if I still own the game or not.
Oh right.
Because I pre-ordered it and got it back when it was first launched.
So what have you got it on the PC? Yeah.
PC. I pre-ordered it and bought it for its first launch, which was probably about a couple of years ago now. It was launched ages ago. Final Fantasy 14 online.
Right.
MMO, but it failed on.
Oh yeah, they had to do they re-released it, didn't they?
It was so it was.
Is it Reborn? They've called it.
Game I ever played, and they were like, right, we've sacked everyone. Right, the entire department have been let go.
Oh my god!
The entire department that made the game, they sacked everyone. Right, no kidding.
Yeah.
They changed leader, everything like that. They then said, no worries, you can continue to play without subscription. And
okay, so it went free to play.
So it went free to play. So I was like, oh, okay. I stopped playing anyway because it was unplayable. So I was like, that's not really much of a thingy because it's unplayable. It's terrible. But now obviously it's relaunched. I'm trying to figure out whether I still own the game because I'm like, I still paid for the original game, so surely I can just come on and just pay the subscription, right?
Oh god!
Or are they counted it as a completely separate game? So I'd have to repurchase it. Because if that is...
you must own it, mate. They're not going to make you. Well, you never know in this day and age, though, do you?
But I don't even know if I want to go back to it because
I mean, is it any good?
Like, the concept of the game, like, when I first played it, was really good. Like, I liked the mining and the different things, because one of the things I do like about like the good MMOs is the skills as well. Like, it's not all about completing quests. Like, you can go a bit of mining and stuff, So that bit was kind of good, but it was like when you wanted to craft something, it had a loading screen to bring up the crafting part.
Okay.
You had to wait for your character to get down on their knee or whatever, and if you forgot to like bring an item or something, it took so long. It's like,
it's unnecessary, that, isn't it? Yeah.
And it was like, I felt like I was waiting a year to craft an object I knew I was terrible, just to get a level up in that crafting skill, or something like that. It was really bad. It was so bad. I stopped playing, and then there was like, we sacked everyone, and you know what? It put a smile on my face. I didn't feel guilty at all. It was that bad. Like, they all deserved to not have a job. So bad. But then, so I need to know whether I still own it or not, because I might go back to it.
What's that, Soji? What didn't you like? You talking about Final Fantasy, mate? I mean, I think I probably will pick up. I Well, I'm trying to think when Elder Scrolls Online. I'm sure it releases in 3 months, which is why I'm even more worried about it.
I'm sure like they'll make it better. If not, they'll just sack everyone and close it and re-release it in 2 years. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much truth is in it, but if you read some of the comments on some of the forums about how much money has already been pumped into this, I mean, I think it's Zenimax, isn't it, who's making it? I mean, we're talking the same kind of budget that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic had, and look how that turned out, you know what I mean?
See that? Star Wars the Old Republic.
I've never played it.
Star Wars the Old Republic. Best MMO I've ever played.
But
I got from level 1 to end game without feeling like I grinded to do it. So much so that I immediately started another character and got all the way to level 50 and
yeah,
enjoyed it and played it. Gone to PvP, enjoyed the PvP, it was really, really good. And suddenly figured out there was no more end game content, that was it.
game over, yeah.
I was the first, like, Battle Master or something on the server or something. Stopped playing for a week, went back a week later, they'd released a new edition expansion to the game, had loads more of endgame content. Suddenly found out they made my, at the same time as adding new gear and stuff to the game, made my gear that I grinded for useless.
Utterly pointless, yeah.
Better stuff given to you as standard.
Yeah.
They then made the whole grind from PvP, in your PvP to your Battle Master, like ridiculously easy. Like you can do it in a week rather than
kind of take away all the work you've put into it, don't they?
So it took away everything, so I had nothing in. So I grinded a bit more, started getting into PvP again, joined a good PvP guild thing, just started playing a lot.
Yeah.
Then they released another expansion, so the gear I then got was then useless again. So I was kind of getting frustrated because I'm like, why are you changing the gear? Why don't you just add more? Why are you then making my stuff useless so I can't sell it? I can't do anything with it. Why are you doing this crap? So I got really annoyed, and then they made it free to play, and now making it free to play was their worst move they ever made. They made it free to play, still charged me my subscription, right? Still charged me my subscription, and there was like, yeah, now you get these cartel coins. I'm like, what the fuck is a cartel coin? So I went to a cartel shop, and then they were like, oh yeah, well now you can pay for XP boosts and stuff.
Oh no.
Really? So I could have... There's people like coming out of the starter instance which are meant to leave at level 9 or 10, they're coming out at like level 15 or whatever, and I'm like...
Jesus.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
so
it's really bad when they sort of make a decision in a game. It's a little, I mean, it's not even slightly comparable, but to give you some idea, when Rockstar gave everyone that 500,000 smackaroonies in GTA Online for free, even that wound me up a little bit, because I was playing with Ben and Freddie, and you know, they were buying like all sorts of cool gear and upgrading their cars, and you know, I was religiously saving every possible penny so I could try and get the $400,000 whatever it was, penthouse apartment. And all of a sudden I then find out that Rockstar's basically giving everyone £500,000 quid, which means everyone can afford the top apartment. It just felt like, oh god. And then not only that, but to then also find out the apartment was completely useless anyway. So you know, if I'd invested possibly hundreds of hours into an MMO that they then decided to basically make the equivalent of someone who's played it for a month be able to sort that out, I'd have been just appalled.
Well, it's not even that, man. The people that paid, what is it, 150 quid or something for the collector's edition?
Right.
Right? They got access to this entire floor where they can buy items nobody else can. I didn't buy the collector's edition, so I'm okay. Like, it didn't annoy me that much.
Yep.
But then they added an item in the game where you can buy access to the collector's floor.
No! Oh my god. What were they thinking? I mean...
They kind of like shat in everyone's face.
Yeah, I mean that's just rude.
So it was like, take like the most nostalgic MMO there is. Everyone wants to play, loads of people subscribe. you do a free-to-play weekend and get lots of people on there, you start getting so many more subscribers, you do better, and then you announce that actually you're going to make it properly free-to-play. It's going to
Yeah.
cash